Bum 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 bum. Hello everyone, I'm Pat. This is the Pikes Peak Special Report with Pat. We are here today in my garage, sitting in front of the BMW 325e from 1987. Very similar to the model Mr. Tim Hardy drives up on the mountain at Pikes Peak. Aside from that, I have previously worked as an interviewer up on Pikes Peak for all the drivers last year when they finished the event, and previously helped out with event setup, teardown, that kind of stuff, getting involved with Pikes Peak. One of the coolest events here in Colorado, something I am incredibly excited to share with you, and this will be our news report here in my garage on what's going on Pikes Peak each weekend. So this first weekend was just last Saturday and Sunday. Everyone got their first test of the mountain, first time getting up there, really getting a chance to run through, it looked like the bottom and middle sections. I believe that was split into a Saturday-Sunday running. It seemed that of the people who came out to actually run, they had everybody in the bottom section one day, and then the following day did everything in the middle section, or the inverse there. I'm just not sure as to who was where and when. Other than that, we will jump in doing a quick recap of what Pikes Peak is, as well as some of the divisions and some of the exciting names you can look forward to this year. So, of course, Pikes Peak started here in Colorado in 1916 by a gentleman named Spencer Penrose. He also started the Broadmoor Hotel. Excuse my special report bulletin here, letting me know that Robin Shute actually had an oil line failure during practice last Saturday, and that caused a small fire in the rear of his car. He is, of course, the two-time running king of the mountain, and this year, of course, he had that spin. Had a small fire, everyone was okay, thankfully, and they are rebuilding the car as far as we can tell. Looks like they will be back to practice next Saturday, so fun one there. Now that we've made it through our special news bulletin, we can jump into the different divisions here at Pikes Peak. The oldest and longest running would be the open wheel class. Typical, think 1950s Grand Prix style racing cars with the open wheels out front, single driver, single engine. And let's see if I have any more secrets written in here. Been around since the first running. Look at that little secret. Should have shared that one, which I already did. Other than that, we will jump into some of the more wild stuff. We've got the Unlimited division, and these cars are purpose-built for Pikes Peak. Basically, they have the best overall chance of getting the overall course record, which is currently held by the Volkswagen IDR and Romain Dumas, with a time just under 8 minutes, I want to say 7:50, something like that. Forgive me, I may not remember that one. That was the year before I started. So, of course, in the Unlimited division, we do have some big names out there. We have that Robin Shute, as I mentioned earlier, two-time King of the Mountain, going for his third, I believe. And we also have Reese Millen, multiple-time King of the Mountain. He's with Emotion Engineering. They are running a Porsche 911, as many are on the mountain. Porsche is quickly becoming the close tie with Pikes Peak. You know, those P's are just a little bit alliterative, so we'll keep that going. Aside from the Unlimited division, we also have the Exhibition division. These are cars that demonstrate the advancements and application of motorsports technology. So these cars can go for the overall record, or they can specifically go for former class records. A lot of the stuff you'll see in here is the diesel stuff. Lots of, we've seen Scott Birdsall hanging around in there for the last few years with old Smokey F1. And then we've also seen, pardon me if I get his name wrong, Gregor Blachon in the TDI Beetle, which has been running the last few years as well. That's a good diesel competition. Speaking of Scott Birdsall, of course, he is making a move this year into that super light LMP1, which I believe is still a diesel powertrain. And he is having close buddy and friend of the mountain, Aaron Kaufman, driving old Smokey F1. So we'll still see that fantastic build up on the mountain, but of course, Scott will be pushing with the super light stuff. So, you know, always trying to build and grow, but definitely becoming an icon there on the mountain. Getting back to our divisions there, we've gone through Unlimited, Exhibition, and Open Wheel. Next up, we have Open Class, and this is stock bodywork, but heavily modified interiors, displacement, airflow, fuel types, that kind of stuff. We have the wide body Porsche 914 with twin turbos and an LS, and a lot of real goofy stuff. That's where you'll see some real wild ones. Let me see who I've got written here. So that's, yeah, the broadest range of stuff in the open class. That will also include, of course, the 87 BMW E30 driven by Tim Hardy. Got to be rooting for him. You know, he's driving on brand there. As well as that icon, as it's quickly become known, the Huna Pegasus that you could be named a little better. Other than that, aside from our open wheel, open division, exhibition, and unlimited, we have Time Attack 1, and this is the most close to a stock class. This is where we will see closed body, four-wheel configurations using OEM setups, right? So you have your original engine and original drivetrain layout, right? So if it was a rear-wheel drive, it's still going to be rear-wheel drive. We're not going to be throwing down all-wheel drive, anything like that. A lot of these cars are pushing for, again, different... Forgive me there, I am losing my mind here on Time Attack. I'm getting so excited doing the news report that I'm just falling apart. The Time Attack stuff is some of the bigger names. Of course, we have Jeff Zwart, we have Dave Donahue, and then there's a fun little fight between the David Hackle and Trevor Oweda. We have David Hackle in the 1983 Audi Quattro S1, and Trevor Oweda in the 1984 Audi 4000. So that'll be a fun 5-cylinder bout. I believe both of those are 5-cylinder. Definitely excited to see that one as it develops throughout the race here. Last but not least, we have the what I like to call the rookie division, kind of the invite division. This is the Porsche Pikes Peak Trophy by Yokohama division. This is a class entirely made up of Cayman GT4 Club Sports that are built for the mountain, and all of these racers are actually coached by Mr. Jeff Zwart. So he gets out there with the racers every day and really highlights grip, you know, all the nuance of running the 156 turns up to 14,114 feet. But that will pretty much do it. Brief recap for today. Of course, we do have next practice coming up Saturday and Sunday. Keep an eye out for that stuff online. A lot of that stuff is starting to hit the interwebs. You can see a lot of Pikes Peak posting. The car is running from last weekend today, so definitely go check that out over on their Instagram. Another one I wanted to recommend is Wasting Robin 586 here on YouTube. He had some great shots of both practice days, getting to see all sorts of stuff taken off. We saw the Huna Pegasus, a bunch of the Cayman class, and of course that 94 Ford Bronco, a little bit of everything. So other than that, that's going to do it for us here in the newsroom. I've been Pat. I will be giving you another recap probably later this week. I think I'll jump into a little bit of history, kind of the dirt into asphalt, how that happened, Spencer Penrose and his legacy on the mountain, and top times, that kind of stuff. So we will be jumping back in a little later this week. Again, go check out that Pikes Peak stuff, and I've been Pat.